All right, all right. First and foremost, I want to take the time to welcome every single one of you on the call. Whether you are already a planner or you're a guest taking a look at the RIMAN opportunity for the first time, we want to welcome you. My name is Julian. I'm a director here with RIMAN. 38 years old, and on behalf of all the planners, managers, team leaders, directors, senior directors, and national directors from all over the world, we want to officially welcome you to the RIMAN family. Now, if you're just now joining us, whether you realize it or not, your life has already begun to change. I know it's a cliche thing to hear, especially on an opportunity call, but I truly mean it, right? Because, again, whether you realize it or not, just simply you being here on this call says a lot about who you are, right? And what do I mean by that, right? Because you're on this call for one of two reasons. Either one, you're the type of person that is open to maximizing the full potential of their life. You heard there's an incredible opportunity, there's incredible products. Maybe you've already experienced the products and you're the type of person that says, hey, I want to go out there and I want to make it happen. Or maybe simply you're on this call because you're trusting in a recommendation of a friend. Either way, cool deal. It says a lot about you. So if you're the type of person that, wants to maximize every opportunity, we got something for you. And if you're on this call simply trusting in the recommendation and experience of a friend, a coworker, or maybe someone you just barely met, that in itself says a lot about you because think about it, in today's society, people are more likely to support a celebrity than a family member or a friend, right? And just simply you trusting in someone's vulnerability, courage, and invitation, I know that means a lot to the person that invited you. So either way, whether you choose to participate with us or not, it says a lot about you. So without further ado, just to introduce myself, just not complete strangers. Again, my name is Julian. I'm 38 years old, director here with RIMAN. And my background is not skincare. So I know we have a lot of ladies on the call today and a few gentlemen. And I'm gonna kind of share with you the business, how I saw it from the lens of a man. And hopefully it sheds a lot of different perspectives. And for all the men on the call, you can see why I'm involved. And for all the women on the call, it's just further going to prove that you're right, that you've known about things longer than us men. And just to kind of validate a lot of the things that you've already saying about how men should take care of their face, how women pay attention and notice, right? And how a good skincare regimen communicates a lot of things subconsciously, right? And so for me, I didn't come from a skincare background. I came from the group fitness background. I built a very, very successful career teaching boxing inspired fitness in studio, but I've also built a very successful career doing it digitally online with brands like Lululemon, brands like Aloe. Lululemon during COVID came out with a workout mirror. Some of you guys probably have heard of it, seen it. And I was one of their workout training partners on it. You can still catch my workouts on the Oculus, which is kind of interesting, right, through Meta. And so when I saw RIMAN for the first time, maybe I was like some of you. I was already settled in my career. I was making good money, wasn't really open or looking for something new. But that all came down because I didn't know I needed something different. Now, here was the challenge. Even though I was making good money, like some of you, you're probably already making good money. The only challenge for me was I didn't really have the time. I was teaching about 22 classes in studio. I was filming about 8 classes a month, in the filming studio. And even though it paid me very well, I didn't have a lot of time. And at that time, I had big plans to marry my girlfriend at the time. I always dreamt of being a father, having a family. And so in the back of my mind, I was a little bit worried because number one, even though we were making good money, my wife's my best friend, right? She's my wife now. Spoiler alert, right? She's my wife now, and she's my best friend. And I love spending every minute with her. I love doing everything with her. And I took a look at my parents, and I love my parents to death. My parents were immigrants from Vietnam. They came over here during the Vietnam War. And for most of my life, I never saw my parents. Grateful, great parents. We always got, a roof over our head. We had always had food on the table, and we always got what we needed. But my memories of my parents for my first 18 years of life was they would drop me off at school at 6 a.m. because they had to go to work early. And I would have to stay at school until 6 p.m. because that's when they get off work and that's when they can pick me up. And I would come home, we would do homework. I would get yelled at because I didn't do the homework, right? We would have dinner together and then we would go to sleep. And that was most of my life for 18 years. So I didn't really spend a lot of time with my parents. My parents didn't come to any of my games, they didn't come to any of my plays. And so for me, like, I knew that I had great parents. I just knew that when I became a parent, one, I want to be able to spend time with my wife. And number two, I want to be able to spend time with my kids. I wanted to be the one that raises them. And I knew with being in the fitness background, that one, being 38 years old, there's a shelf life to how long I can keep doing what I'm doing. And number two, if I stop doing what I do, where's the money going to go? And so good fortune came my way. I was introduced to RIMAN October of 2023. And I was introduced to it a lot differently than many of you. A lot of you on this call probably know what you're taking a look at, probably know what you're being invited to. But I remember I just got done teaching class in Brea, California. You guys know where that is. And I was wearing a tank top and joggers. And, Chris Kim, our national director, messaged me out of nowhere and he says, Julian, we need to meet up. And I go, okay, cool. Do you want me to go to Tim's house or your house? And he says, meet me at the JW Marriott. And I was like, okay, JW Marriott. I was like, why are we meeting at a hotel? He says, just trust me and come. I want to introduce you to a couple of people. And so here I am, straight from teaching in studio, sweaty, right? Dressed in, athleisure, workout attire. And I show up and I see 3,000 people all dressed up head to toe like crazy rich Asians. They had name badges on. And Chris comes out in a suit saying, hey, bro, welcome. And I'm just like, Chris, what is this? Is this a convention? He goes, yeah, but don't worry. No one's going to notice. And from there, I got a chance to meet the owners. I got a chance to see the event. And I was just blown away by what the company has already done, number one. And number two, I was blown away by the results people were getting with the products and how fast they were getting the results. And number three, I was impressed by a lot of the success stories of people that were already in the company for less than a year who are making, a lot of them, an annual income on a monthly basis. And a lot of these people had no experiences. I'm talking about people that were teachers, people that, healthcare workers, nurses, registered nurses, right? Karen Kane, for example, she was an investment banker. We had lawyers, real estate agents. I mean, every background that you can imagine, they were having results. And what's amazing about it, with no business experience, with no sales experience, everybody's testimonial was the same. They said, all we did was use the product, talk about the product, and show people, demo the product to people. And the product worked so well that it caught on like wildfire, like, a fire through a dry brush field. It just caught on. And I said to myself, okay, I have some experience in this industry. I have some experience with sales. If these people can create that kind of lifestyle with these amazing products, just simply demonstrating it, what can we do if we have a science and a system that can teach people how to build the business? So I got started. Well, and I got started, number one, out of fear of loss. Tim and Chris, everything they've done in business have always done well. And number two, it was one of those things where I knew that if I didn't join and it took off, I would have nightmares and I would regret it for the rest of my life. And so for the first 3 months, I actually didn't do anything. I just simply used the products. And then I finally had the courage to show it to somebody. Because in the beginning, I was like, man, I'm a guy. This is skincare, beauty products. I'm used to teaching fitness. What are people going to think? How are people going to react? How are people going to respond? And I simply did what the leaders that before me came. I used the products. I talked to a couple of my friends about it. I demoed it to them. And you know what ended up happening? It took off. And so with a lot of hard work, of course, but in a year and 4 months now, I'm proud to say that we, in our organization, not in the company has a lot more, but in our personal organization, through sharing it with a couple of friends, we have over 8,000 planners in our business. We have over 30,000 customers in our business, which is amazing because you can tell the amount of people selling the product is a lot less than the amount of people that bought the product. So that's huge because you want to make sure that, how do you know if a product's good? Well, if a company has more customers, right, than actual distributors. And why is that valuable? Because it lets you know that the product is good, that it's not just people signing up people, it's people getting actual customers. And the other thing that blew me away was taking a look at the numbers. The average customer would reorder products 6 to 9 times a year. And so imagine getting a customer one time, but getting paid on that customer 6 to 9 times a year. Now imagine later on when you see our rewards and revenue program, imagine as you move through the ranks, you get paid more on that same customer that you got once over the lifetime of you building the business. And through doing that, the company answered a lot of my prayers. I was able to propose to my wife in 6 months of getting started in the business. I was planning to propose to her a year later. And we were able to get married a year of being in this business. And I was planning to marry her 2 years later. And why is that significant? Because, as a man, a lot of times we fight silent battles. We don't really talk. We don't really communicate. We bottle everything up. And a lot of the pressures that men have is in our mind, all we want to do is protect and provide for the people that we love. And so for me, what stopped me from proposing and marrying her sooner was in my mind, because of how great of a woman she is, I thought, hey, you know what? Once I make this amount of money, once I have certain things lined up, then I'll be ready. And RIMAN helped me get ready. And so it's been an incredible journey. We've been able to travel to so many different countries that we would never have traveled to if it wasn't for RIMAN. And the best part is I still do fitness, but now I get to do it because I love it and I don't have to worry about my future, right? And so with that being said, I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know what you do as a career, but if you're on this call right now, and let me tell you, if let's just say you're making great money, but you hate your job, Remon's for you. Because what if we can help you keep doing, what if we can help you make the money that you're making at your job without having to work a job you hate? Right? Maybe you're on this call and you love your job. You love what you do. You're passionate, about what you do, but you're not making enough to be able to create the lifestyle that you want. Well, what if we can help you keep doing what you do because you love it, like me, but not have to worry about the money and the time freedom so you can go more all in on your passions? Or maybe you're on this call and you're already successful, but maybe you've been bored, challenged. Maybe you've already conquered the industry that you're in and you're looking for something new, to learn new skills, to build a network, to have fun. This is for you, okay? And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to go ahead and kick off this call. Boom, boom, boom. Let me share that. Okay. A little quick preview of what we're going to talk about. Okay. All right. So the company is called RIMAN, and I'm going to share with you a couple things, right? Number one, little quick background. I'm on the spectrum, so I have autism and have ADHD. So how I look at business is a little bit different than how most people look at business. Obviously, there's a lot of hype and excitement behind RIMAN, justifiably so. But for me, it's hard for me to understand things that require little nuances to understand. So how my brain works is if I can see it, measure it objectively with my eyes, then I can get behind it. I like facts, I like numbers, and I like patterns. And so let me share with you a couple of exciting things, right? A lot of times when you analyze an opportunity, they're vision casting. They're talking about what we're going to do. This is where the company is going. And all that's great because you need to have vision, right? To go anywhere worthwhile. But the more important question is also asked, well, what is the foundation of the company? What has the company already done, right? What are the projections? What is the track record that we can accurately, vision cast based off of? And that's what got me excited about RIMAN. So let's go ahead and talk about it. RIMAN was started in 2018 in Korea. Again, why is that valuable, right? Couple things. Number one, geographically, Korea is the size of Indiana, a population of 55 million. One small country, the size of one small state in the United States, okay? In Korea. Now, let's take a look at what they did. In their first 4 years of business, they did $2.5 billion in revenue. That's a billion with a B in a small country of Korea with a population of 55 million. And Korea, right? The most competitive market for Korean skincare, which, by the way, I know a lot of you already know this. Korean skincare right now is trendy, it's hot, and it's the gold standard when it comes to skincare. Why? Because switching from a one product as all approach to a ritual, right? Not a routine, a ritual, something that becomes a part of your life that you cannot see yourself not doing, right? And not just that, but Korean skincare, right, is known for its technology, it's known for its ingredients, it's known for its effectiveness. And the fact that RIMAN was able to become number one in the most competitive market in 4 straight years is impressive. And again, that's just Korea. Now, what does that apply? How does that apply to the United States? How does it apply to Mexico and all these other countries that we've already opened up in and we're going to open up in? Well, if you take a look at it, Korean pop culture has taken all over the world, right? People that invest stocks, crypto, Forex, what do? We look at the trends. We look at what's going on, right? And if you look at what's going on, Korean pop culture has taken over the world, right? Here in the United States, there's a major festival called Coachella that people from all around the world travel to every single year, right? And here's what's exciting. About a month ago, we had Coachella. The 2 most talked about artists, most retweeted, most watched was Lisa and Jennie from Blackpink, which is a Korean pop group, right? They're the most talked about. They're the most watched, right? Not only that, but you take a look at the most watched shows on Netflix. You might have heard of some of them, right? A show, right? Which, by the way, mark your calendars, June 26th. I don't get paid for promoting this, but I'm super excited about it. Squid Game Season 3 comes out. Have you heard of Squid Games? Squid Games arguably is one of the most successful TV shows on Netflix. That's a Korean TV show, right? And again, you see so many Korean reality TV shows coming out. And what does that mean for us? People all around the world are now being exposed to Korean culture. And when you watch movie stars, right? When you watch TV stars, when you watch pop artists, what happens? You want to be like them. You want to model them. They set the trends. And so now people are exposed, right, to Korean beauty. They see the faces of these actors and actresses. One, people cannot believe their age, right? It's almost like they're defying age. Number two, they like the glass skin, how the youthful glow, the hydration, the firmness of the skin. And people all around the world say, I want that look. I want to have the same for my skin. And because of that, Korean skincare is so big right now. You go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, right? All you're going to see are ads for Korean skincare. So the demand is there. But the challenge in the United States market, in the Mexico market, and all these other countries outside of Korea is people don't know what brand to buy, what brand to trust. They just know Korean skincare is good. So what's exciting for us is there's already a supply, and we get to fulfill that demand with the number one product in Korea. They sold over 40 million bottles in Korea in its first 4 years. So imagine that, 40 million bottles to a population of 55 million. These are numbers, okay? You can't argue with numbers, right? That's what I love, right? Feelings can be subjective, but numbers are objective. So when I saw this, I'm like, you can't argue with the numbers. The numbers tell the story. And so they launched in North America, March of 2023. They launched Taiwan, December of that year. Hong Kong, July of last year. And what so many people are excited about, right, in the last 30 days is we launched Mexico, we launched Malaysia, and we launched Singapore, right? Mexico, I'm super excited about because it's our neighbor. I'm from California. Mexico's the second largest consumer of Korean pop culture. Isn't that wild, right? Korean concerts, artists sell out in Mexico as soon as it comes. Well, actually, they sell out everywhere, right? If you don't believe me, just go look at all the horror stories of people trying to buy Blackpink tickets, BTS tickets, sold out everywhere, right? And so again, we get to ride the trend. But not only is it a trend, but it's backed up by real science and systems, right? So our brands are very, very simple. We have 3 brands under our umbrella. One is ICD. That's our skincare line. We have our Volta Lab, which is our personal care and hair care line. And then we have our Lifening, which is our nutritional line. Now, what all 3 brands have in common is number 1 is our incredible ingredients, and number 2 is the technology behind it that allows the products to deliver the results and, more importantly, to tell the story. Right? So what makes our products unique, right? What got me interested in the company? Well, number 1 is the heritage ingredients, right? The first heritage ingredient we have is Jeju Lava Energy Water. So imagine for over 400,000 years, water from the ocean, from the rainfall has been filtered through all this volcanic rock, right? Removed of impurities, right? And infused with 12 essential minerals in the water. And why is that important? Because skincare is mostly made up of water. Now, most companies, to cut costs, they use what we call distilled water. It's simply a vehicle to transport the ingredients into your skin. Now, we have water, but not only do we have water, but it's free of impurities, and more importantly, infused with minerals. Now, what makes this unique as well is that Jeju Island, just so you know, it's like the Hawaii of Korea, is protected by UNESCO. And so it's a World Heritage Site, which means they want to protect the environment as much as possible. So they're very, very conscious of what companies go in, what's built there, and what's done there. And as far as the Jeju Lava Energy Water, right, there's only 10 companies have access to this water for research and development. We're one of 10 companies that have it, and we do it for commercial use as well. So again, that's an exclusive ingredient our company has. And for me, going into business, that's important because, you know, how do you eliminate competition? Exclusivity. The last thing you want is to come out with a great product and some other company comes out with a Me Too product trying to copy you. They can't. The second one is what we call our giant bung pool, right? Which is based off of a very popular, well-known, and efficacious ingredient called the brang pool, right? Or the Centella asiatica. Over 40 years of research, well known for its anti-inflammatory benefits, right? Soothes the skin, really great for hydration, brightening the skin, and also reducing the appearance of hyperpigmentation, fine lines, and wrinkles, right? How many of you on the Zoom right now, you know, want less wrinkles, right? You want more even skin, right? Everybody does, right? Nobody wants to look worse. Now, what's amazing about our product, though, is that not only do we have the Centella asiatica, but we have an exclusive version of it. You see, we on our smart farms, we actually grow our own Centella asiatica on our smart farms, and we grow it with the Jeju Lava Energy Water. And you know what we found was very interesting? Look at the little circle in the bottom corner. The plant on the left is our giant brung pool, our Centella asiatica. The one on the right, the smaller one, that's the normal size of what the plant looks like. And through our smart farm with the lava energy water, it actually ended up growing 5 times larger than its original size. And with that, guess what? The efficaciousness of the products increased as well. Now, ingredients is important, which we all know, right? That's a huge buzzword. People are now looking for clean and gentle ingredients. They're looking at things for vegan, right? They're looking for things that are not, hormonal disruptors, right? And so ingredients are important, but also important with ingredients is the delivery system and bioavailability. And that's something I know very well from the fitness industry because, I gotten a lot of offers to be sponsored and to be a brand ambassador for a lot of supplement companies. Why? Because I'm teaching in studio to pack classes of 50 people at a time, right? Teaching in studio, right, to audiences all around the world. So they want to leverage my name and my reach. But the problem is a lot of these products, they have great ingredients, but if your body cannot absorb it, what's the point? You're just going to pee it out, right? Or it's not going to be effective. And what really impressed me is the company borrowed a technology from the pharmaceutical company called nanoliposomal technology. And so if you think in pharmaceuticals, when you have those topical creams, the steroid creams, lidocaine, whatever it is, the reason why they work is because the ingredients is run through a machine that breaks it down 40 times smaller so it can actually reach the deepest layer of your skin with no extra tool or accessory, right? With no needles, anything like that. And so our company, right, ran our ingredients through the same technology, turning our cosmetics, right, our skincare to cosmeceuticals, breaking down ingredients smaller. So when you put your products on the face, on your skin, whatever it is, your skin actually absorbs it. It goes to the deepest layer of your skin. It's not just covering the outside layer like most skincare products does, right? It's not fixing the sink. It's going straight to the well, the source of it, which is incredible, right? That's why you notice a lot of skincare companies, they have to come out with accessory type technology like those exfoliator brushes, the electronic exfoliator brushes, right? Or products that create micro needle abrasions, I can't pronounce that word, right? On your skin so that the ingredients gets deeper in. We don't have to do any of that. So number one, not aggressive, non-invasive way of using our products, but way more effective, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about it. So RIMAN campus on Jeju Island is something our company built. It's well established, technologically advanced, right? Laboratory and hub. We have a solar power station that powers everything, our RIMAN farm, our smart farm, which I'm going to show you in the next slide. We have our Brungpool lab, right, where we extract everything, we create our formulations. The Jeju Lava Water Center, where they get the water, they pump it in to put into the products. Really great stuff, right? And when you become a director and higher, you actually get flown out on our director trip, and they give you a whole tour of the facility, which is really great. So this is the RIMAN farm on Jeju Island. And again, you can see another picture close up of our Brungpool versus a regular Brungpool. And again, with our giant Brungpool, by the way, we have a 20-year patent on our plant, which means for the next, we have it for 2 years already, which means for the next 18 years, no other company can grow the same plant. And even if they wanted to, they don't have access to the water, which is phenomenal, right? So again, our smart farm, state of the art, okay? On Jeju Island, too, our company built something called RIMAN Village, which is really great. They bought a huge plot of land. They built 9 different villas there, right? And, again, every year they fly out the directors there, state of the art. It's almost like imagine a villa that's built by Tom Ford. It's built by Apple, right? But it's designed, decorated, and furnished by Chanel and Tom Ford. Like, that's how beautiful it is, right? And they even have a spa in there, which is really great, right? You go in there, the water's the perfect temperature, and they give you like this little green beaker with the extract of the Brungpool. You pour it in there, you soak in there, and when you come out, I mean, your skin is softer than a baby's skin, right? It's so soft, and it's just because of the way that it just absorbs into your skin. It's so great, right? I'm gonna play you a quick video, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more.
Jeju Island, the birthplace of Inselderm, where nature and tradition inspire transformation. Made different, elevated to its full potential. The world's first and only smart farm for Brungpool. Introducing the first of its kind, Giant Brungpool. Infused with Jeju Lava Energy Water, a powerhouse of intense hydration and radiant vitality. Experience the legendary glow and lifting effect of K-Beauty. Experience the difference. A difference you'll love. The all-new Inselderm, RIMAN.
Right. I love playing that video for a couple reasons. One reason being, like you can tell, not only does the company produce really great products, but they really also produce really great marketing material. And I think also, honestly, that's so important because, in life, it's so cute, right? We're taught, like, don't judge a book by its cover. But in reality, that's all we do. How many times have we bought products just because it had a great packaging, right? It had great marketing, advertisements, or labels, right? I'll play one more quick video. We'll talk more about it.
진화. 어떤 진화는 수많은 시도를 통해 이전 세대를 완전히 뒤엎을 우월함을 창조해낸다. 새로운 종의 탄생, 자이언트 병풀. 그 신비로운 에너지를 제주 용암 횟수에 더해 진화하는 광채 에너지. 올류 앤셀덤.
Now you might be asking yourself, you're like, Julian, like, why are we playing a commercial or a video, marketing video that's all in Korean, right? Well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, this video was played all over Korea, and that gentleman in that video, you can see his picture right there. Guess how old he is, right? He's turning 50 years old. And look at how young he looks. Look at his skin, the hydration of it, the elasticity of it, the firmness of it. That gives you an idea, right? This gentleman, his name is Wong Bin. He's a famous actor in Korea. In fact, the number one highest grossing film to ever come out of Korea is a movie called The Man from Nowhere. It was actually number one on the international list on Netflix for so many years. It's not there anymore, but you can still find it streaming somewhere. But Wong Bin is like the Brad Pitt or the George Clooney of Korea, right? Very private person, doesn't attach his name to many things, but when he does, it's a big deal. And he's one of our cover models for our products, which is huge, okay? So again, our skincare line is called ICD, which stands for In Cellular Dermatology. And what that means is pretty much our skincare, right, goes to the deepest layer of your skin, right, and almost affects on a cellular level. So our products, right, it's two lines. We have the signature line and the advanced line. Both are very, very similar. They accomplish the same task, right? They both cleanse, they hydrate, and protect, right? So premium skincare, what you're gonna notice with our products is not just how safe the ingredients are, but how efficacious it is, right? And what I mean by that is when you use our products, some of the most common results that people experience, and many of them experience it after one use, their first use, okay? And what that is number one, the lightening of the skin, right? Correction of the hyperpigmentation, fine lines and wrinkles disappearing, right? Not becoming as predominant. The skin being hydrated. So people that experience inflammation of the skin, the redness, tightness of the skin, where it hurts the touch, they notice relief right away, right? So incredible work, right? Now the difference between the signature line, the advanced line is 100% microfluidized, while the signature line, only the moisturizer is. And both have a little bit of a different texture, so really it comes down to preference of texture. The advanced line is a lot thicker, more dense. I like to use that one at night because your skin repairs mostly at night, right? It's more oily based. The signature line is more water based. Both does incredible things. If you don't know which one to decide, I just tell people the advanced line is number one for people that have more mature skin, or number two, people that are looking for maximum nutrition, maximum hydration, maximum strength and nourishment into their skin, right? But both product lines create incredible benefits for people, okay? The next product line that I want to share with you is our makeup line. Your face is your palette, right? Paint something great. I love that. Paint something playful. Paint something expressive, right? Paint your world. Now, I'm a guy, and I'm so excited about the makeup, and you're like, Julian, why? Why are you excited about the makeup? It's not because I wear it. Actually, I do wear the 4D cushion. Not the 4D cushion, but the new cushion. And let me tell you, I just put it on just to see, right? And yeah, ladies, I understand why makeup's a big deal. It's a dangerous game. Makeup's a dangerous game. I put it on, and I was just like, I looked at myself in the mirror and just seeing the difference, and it's powerful. And what makes our makeup different than other makeup is our makeup actually nourishes and helps you repair your skin while you wear it. It has our same ingredients in it, right? We have so many different cushions right now, which is really good baseline foundation, right? We have a great, setting spray. It works very well with our makeup. I mean, our skincare line, but not just that, but our lip tint, our lip butter, everything. It doesn't bleed, doesn't leak. You put it on, it stays on. I remember at convention when they unveiled this, my wife put it on and she tried to kiss me on the cheek just to leave a mark. And it didn't leave a mark on my face, right? And so, there's a couple things about the products and again, why I'm so excited about makeup is not because I personally love makeup, not because I personally use makeup, not because I'm looking for the perfect makeup. It's because half the population uses makeup. Half the population, we don't have to educate on why they need to wear makeup or why they should wear makeup or to buy makeup. They're already doing it. And when people are already spending the money and you're just offering them something better, right? Not only better, more effective, not only more effective, but actually helps you repair versus damage. it's a cool deal. So that's why so many people are excited about the makeup. Then we have our Botalab, our personal hair care line. Two main ingredients in that, the Desert Cola and the Swamel. Both ingredients incredibly well. I love the body lotion, by the way, especially right now because I'm in California and it's getting incredibly hot. And, my biggest thing about lotion that I didn't like was a lot of times you put lotion on, it's really greasy. It stays on your skin for a very long time. And one of the things you're gonna notice about our lotion, our Swamel, the ingredients smell great. And when you put it on your skin, it's not too thick and absorbs very, very fast, right? And not just that, but our Desert Cola, our hair care line, you know, it's clean and gentle, which is great. And because it's clean and gentle, you can actually wash your hair and your scalp more often. And when you do that, what happens is a lot of people don't realize this, but because in America, we're taught not to wash our hair too often. And the reason why is shampoo, right? And even the skincare, the reason why a lot of companies deliver results is because of the harsh chemicals, ingredients that's in it, right? They're very aggressive to get the job done. And with ours, right, clean and gentle, right? With other products, since you can't do it too often, what ends up happening is people start experiencing hair loss as they get older. Because what happens is the particles in your scalp get clogged, and that actually causes your hair to fall out. So, ladies, I don't know how many of you have ever experienced this, right? You don't have to comment in the chat box. You know who you are, right? But when you wash your hair, you have those experiences where you're shampooing, washing your hair, and all of a sudden you pull your hand out from your scalp, and strands of hair comes out, and you put it on the bathroom wall because you're gonna throw it away later. Yeah, that's because your scalp is dirty. That's where dandruff comes in. That's where a lot of different things. And what's great about our products, not only does it remove the dirt and oil, but it nourishes and hydrates your scalp as well. And a lot of people that have experienced hair loss have noticed that their hair, number one, they lose less hair. Number two, their hair is thicker, shinier, less dull, less split ends, and just overall healthier, which is great. So if you're looking into better hair care and better hair health, this is definitely the product for you, okay? Then we have the lightening product, which is something that I'm personally very, very attracted to. Why? Because for me, this was my safe product. Everybody has a safe product, right? And this was my safe product because coming from the nutritional and fitness background, this was the product I sampled out the most because I was scared, okay? Not because it was because I was scared. I was like, I don't know how to explain anything about the skincare. I was like, but gut health, I do understand. Gut health right now is one of the most important topics in fitness. There's now studies that show people that experience anxiety, depression, a lot of these psychological issues is actually linked to your gut health. Your gut is also known as your second brain, right? It's what produces serotonin. Serotonin is what helps you feel good. And a lot of time people that experience eczema, psoriasis, and breakouts, it's simply a reflection of poor gut health and your hormones being out of whack. So not only does our company help you with the beauty on the outside, but the beauty on the inside. So our Deep Talk Plus, one of my favorite products, come in these little pellets, right? You just take it like how you would take pills. You put it in your mouth, you swallow it with water. And what happens is once you swallow, the magic happens, right? These little beads go into your small intestines and they expand. They become this green goo. They grab onto all the waste sitting in your stomach. And if you want to be, and not to gross you out, but they say the average person that hasn't done a hydrocolonic or any type of cleanse has about 10 to 20 pounds of excess waste in their stomach. And imagine all that waste has been sitting there for years. What happens is it ferments. That's where gas comes from. That's why a lot of people experience a lot of bloating, a lot of gas. Irritable bowel syndrome. That's where Crohn's disease comes from. Hemorrhoids, a lot of these different things from poor gut health and all that waste in there. So what happens is it strips out everything you ate from last night, last year, last decade, and it flushes everything out. Now, the cool thing about this too is it's not aggressive. So when you take it, it's not like, you take it and the next 4 hours you have to wait next to the bathroom or you're gonna go in your pants, right? It's nothing like that, right? It's just you take it, the next time you go, you have a bowel movement, it's gonna happen and it's not gonna stop, and so much is gonna come out. You're like, where is this all coming from? Right? And what you're going to notice too, of using our product over a long-term use, your bloating's going to go away. For some of you who hormones are out of whack, who tend to overeat, that's because of poor gut health. You're going to notice it's going to regulate your appetite as well. Again, brain fog's going to go away. Overall mood's going to be elevated. And again, the byproduct also of taking care of your gut is your skin's going to clear up as well, which is great, right? Then we have our beauty collagen shot. Collagen is no stranger. If you're on this call, you probably heard of collagen in one shape or form. Every year after 30, you lose about 1% of collagen, right? Collagen is one of the most important proteins you can have. Most people, number one, are not eating enough protein anyways. But number two, collagen specifically helps with their hair, nails, bones and joints, and cartilage, right? And that's why a lot of signs of old age is not because of of age is just because your body is not producing enough collagen. That's why you notice as you get older, your bones and joints start to ache a lot more. Your nails, your hair tend to get more brittle, break easier, split ends, all these different things. And so what happens is when you take collagen, good quality collagen, it helps your body repairs itself. And what tends to happen is your skin has more elasticity, your nails are going to be a lot stronger, your hair is going to be a lot stronger, right? And your bones and joints are not going to ache, which is great. We use molecular collagen peptides, which is the best you can get. If let's say you don't buy our product, right? And you say you're on the market, if you're looking for collagen, number one, if it's not low molecular collagen peptide, it's cheap. And not only is it cheap, but your body's not even going to absorb it and you're just going to pee it out, right? So you're just peeing your money away. And number two is the source of the collagen is also important, right? Most people who are into collagen know that marine collagen is a lot better than bovine collagen. Most companies out there use bovine collagen, and when they use and the reason why most of them use bovine collagen, one, it's cheaper, and number two, is because marine collagen can have a fishy aftertaste, right? Or a fishy taste. Now, what's great about our collagen shot is this. It's marine collagen, yes. It's low molecular collagen peptides, yes. But it tastes like berries and pomegranate. It has L-glutathione in it, which is really great. One of the best anti-inflammatory ingredients you can have. And again, it doesn't have that fishy taste. It tastes great. It tastes like a shot. Some people mix it with alcohol and other shots. Don't recommend it, but it tastes great, right? But those are our products, okay? So I wanted to take a good amount of time to talk to you about our company and our products because that really is the superstar. Because again, what's the point of having a solid rewards and revenue program if the products aren't great, right? Because you're just filling an empty bucket. Now, what's great, because we have great products, we create long-lasting customers that not only buy, but also rebuy, which is great for us because, again, if you want to create that time freedom, you want to find a way to be able to create money that's going to continue to print whether you're working or not. And what do I mean by that? Whether you're following up with your customers or not, guess what? They're going to still use the products. And when they run out, guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy more. And I'm going to show you the benefits that customers have, right? So traditional supply chain, which we're all familiar with, right? This was a very, very popular business model prior to COVID, which is brick and mortar, right? Company's a supplier, they sell it to distributor raises the price, right? They sell it to the wholesaler raises the price, and then sells it to the retail shop raises the price, and then us as customers who buy the products inherit the cost, right? Now, what RIMAN does, instead of spending millions of dollars on commercial advertising and middlemen, they created something called a high margin distribution business model. Now, that's a fancy term for something that you're already familiar with, right? One thing that I'm pretty sure you've all noticed is after COVID, people now buy more online than they go to the store, right? For me, having autism, that's the best thing in the world. I get social anxiety, my social battery, right? I know I'm in the business of people. How does that make sense, right? It doesn't. But with that being said, like buying online is a new way of doing everything, right? I remember last minute Christmas shopping, right? Black Friday used to be a pain. You used to have to fight people in the store, right? For a TV. Now you just order online, ship to your house, you get the savings. Perfect, right? But one thing you're also going to notice, not only are people buying more online, number two is most companies today, the ones that are trendy, the ones that understand business and the changing of the times, they now realize, right, the most effective way to sell the product is to have brand ambassadors, influencers, or everyday people simply use the products, share their product testimonials online, whether it's through TikTok, Instagram, their posts, and have them naturally share it with people because word of mouth is the most powerful way of doing things. How many of us have been on Instagram? We saw our favorite influencer, celebrity, use a product in their regimen. They talk about it. They share their link, and you go buy it, right? You click their link, and you go order it. You get a chance to get paid exactly the same way. So when I saw this, I was excited because it's the same way that Lululemon pays me, the same way Aloe pays me, and the same way like brands like Vital Proteins used to pay me when I was marketing for them. Before like I realized that a lot of the things on the label wasn't in there. I digress, right? Is what we're familiar with. So our company is a supplier and we get to market the products how we choose, right? First way is the online channel. That's like you being your own brand ambassador or influencer, right? You get your own link, your own website. You can make your own posts, your own TikTok, reels, get ready with me's, routines, whatever it is, right? And guess what? You share your link. When someone clicks the link and they go out there and they order it, guess what? It's automatically linked to you and you get paid for it. Now, let me give you a little hint. Every time you go online and you see your favorite influencer and it says like Yvonne 10, right? To get your 10% off or whatever it is. Guess what? That 10% off, that 10% actually goes to the influencer that you just bought off of, right? And so you get a chance to get paid exactly the same way, which is great. And what ends up happening too is a lot of our customers, because they use the products to get results, their friends and family notice, and then all of a sudden they go, hey, what are you using? Did you get Botox? Did you get a facelift? And you're like, no, I'm just using, this Korean skincare. Oh my God, Korean skincare? I've heard about that. Where can I get it? And all you do is just send them your link and they go out there and order it and you make some extra money, right? And again, you can do that passively. You can do that around your schedule, or you can, make a commitment, take it seriously and make it your main deal. It's up to you, right? You can do it as fast or as slow as you want to, but that's what's amazing about it. Okay. The second way is you can be like a broker. You can be a distributor, right? If you know people that own med spas, retail shops, beauty professionals, right? You're able now to show them how they can carry products in their salons, in their studios, right? Which in turn, they can actually make more money offering it as a service, or two, make money selling it. But number three, now their customers who buy from them can also create an own account under them. And now their own customers, their own clients are helping them build the business, which is great. The third way is through customers. We like to do some fun things called K-pop-ups. And imagine it's kind of like a wine night or a movie night. You invite a couple of your friends over, right, to experience the products. You casually talk about the products, experience the products, and you talk about the business, right? So many different ways of doing it. Now, what's exciting though for customers is every customer you get, they have to go through your link and they sign up. They're gonna have their own customer portal. And once they sign up, that customer is attached to you for life. Now, the benefit for customers is customers, every time they make a purchase, they get 5% back, which is good towards future purchases. Now, they're VIP customers, they get 10% savings, which is great. And again, imagine getting a customer and whenever they want to reorder, they just log in and then just reorder. And guess what? You get paid for it, which is great, right? So I love that. Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, in our rewards and revenue program, what's great is our company has several different positions, all the way from planner, like you see, all the way to national director. Now, what's amazing about that is to unlock more rewards and more money, all you have to do is meet a couple requirements, right? And they set it up in such a way, for those of you that like challenges, like playing video games, it's the same way. You go on these little side quests, you accomplish certain tasks, and then guess what? You unlock more money, which is great, right? So again, when you start off, it's $20 to get started, right? You get your own kind of like your own version of a Shopify account. You customize your website from the greeting, the message, your social media. And that's now for you to go out there and share with people, okay? So you become a planner. Now, as a planner, you're going to earn retail bonuses. Let's talk about the retail, right? As a planner, you're going to earn what we call 10%, right? Pretty standard across the board, right? Most companies, you become a brand ambassador, influencer for them, they're going to pay you 10% commission on whatever your customer buys, right? That's pretty standard. Unless you're Kim Kardashian with millions of followers, then that's a little bit different, right? But a lot of times, whatever they set up, you're locked in. That's how it was for me with a lot of these brands, okay? But 10%, great, okay? Now, let's just say you want to become a manager. How do you become a manager? All you got to do is do 1,000 sales points 3 months in a row, or 3,000 sales points in a 3-month period, right? Some people do in their first day. There's a way you can get grandfathered in. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But once you become a manager, if you notice, your retail essentially doubles. You go from 10% to 20%. Now, here's what's amazing. Imagine you get a customer as a planner, right? That time they buy it, you only get a 10% commission. Let's say when they reorder later. Their product runs out to reorder. And when that moment they reorder, you're a manager now. That same customer, you now get paid 20%. Great. Any new future customers, 20% retail commission. I love that. Now, let's say you want to become a senior manager. As a senior manager, all you got to do is do 2,000 sales points in a 3-month period, or 6,000 sales points in a 3-month period. And don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we have a full training system. We'll teach you how to do this, right? But again, senior manager, once you become senior manager, look at that. Your retail commissions triple. You now earn 30%. That same customer you got as a planner, a couple months back, right, that you got 10% from, when they reorder now, 30% off the same order, right? Are you guys getting this? I love this, right? As a team leader, 10,000 sales points in 5 months. Now, team leader to national director, this is where it gets exciting. Because actually, it's already exciting the first 3 positions, right? Because that's all based on retail sales. But if you want to make more money, now this is where team building comes into play, right? This is where you got to help people. And what do I mean by that? Look at team leader, for example. Not only do you got to do 10,000 sales points in a 5 months in a row, or 50,000 sales points, right, in a 5-month period, you also have to help 3 people become senior managers. So what does that mean? That means your success, an increase in revenue, your promotion is dependent on how many people you help get promoted. And so why is that valuable? Because for me, when I got started, I love the products. I know the products work. I see the numbers. I see the revenue program. And I go, okay, the number's there. I do the work. I get paid. But the only concern I had was, can I really do it? Right? Can I really do it? And when I saw this, I was excited because I was like, man, there are people in place that will teach me how to do it because their promotion depends on it. Because think about it. If your promotion depending on helping other people get promoted, would you help them get promoted? The answer is yes, that would be your intention. And so that's why we create an environment of people winning, right? People taking care of people. And that's what I love about it. And when you become a team leader, look at that. Your retail commissions quadruple. You now go up to 40 to 50%. That same customer you got as a planner several months ago reorders now as a team leader, you're gonna get 40% commission, right? So for me, that's what's exciting. Now as a director, right, not only do you have to do sales points, you gotta help 3 people become a team leader. The average team leader makes 6 figures a year. So think about it. If you want to become a director, you gotta help 3 people hit 6 figures, right? Fun game. So think about it. There's people in your business right now, right, who introduce this to you in your lineage, right, who want to become a director, right? In order for them to do that, they need to help you make 6 figures. I love that. Imagine if at your job, your boss got paid based on how much money you made, how well you did, and how you moved up the ladder. How much differently do you think the average work environment be? Probably a lot higher, right? But for us, in most cases, that's not how it is, right? In most cases, they don't want you to get better because you're going to take their job. Here, it's okay, right? Because you want them to do better. The better they do, the better you do. And here's what's amazing. You meet these requirements faster than people above you, you'll actually rank advance faster than people above you. So again, what's great, you can move faster than the people who brought you in. There's no time limit. You don't have to wait for anybody. You meet the requirements, you're there, right? Then you have senior director and national director. And again, senior director, you got to help 2 people become director. National director help 4 people become directors, right? Again, so it's all based on supporting people. Now, that's just the retail, right? Anywhere from 10% to 54%, right? Depending on what position you're at. Then you have what we call differential pay. If you notice where it says open group, this is where it gets exciting because as you introduce people to the affiliate side, right? You introduce people to the business, right? As they go out there, right? They're going to earn their own retail commissions, but you're going to own the difference. So what does that mean? Let's say a planner, right? You sign up somebody, they're a planner, you're a manager. They go out there, they sell something, they're going to earn 10% off the retail. Now, you're a manager, so you earn 20% of the retail, but that's not your customer, that's your planner. So what they do is they subtract your percentage with their percentage. So your planner earns 10%, you earn 10%. It's a win-win, right? Why is that? Because again, a planner, chances are they're brand new, they don't know how to do everything. So as a manager, you're probably helping to explain, helping to demo, so they want to reward you for that, right? And so again, that just works all the way up. So if you're a senior manager, right, you earn up to 30% on your retail, but guess what? You're going to earn 20% on what your planner does, and you're going to earn 10% on what your manager does. Again, people helping people. How much money do you want them to do? As much as they can, right? So that's what's really great. And it goes all the way up to team leader, director, senior director, national director, which we love. And then you also have the unilevel bonus, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, right? And what that means is as your team grows and as they get customers, you can earn anywhere from 5% to 4%, right, on the different levels of business that's coming in, which is huge. And then at the bottom, you're going to see something that says revenue share. Once you become a director and higher, you're going to start earning commissions on the global revenue, right? What does that mean? All the business the company does globally gets put into a percentage of it gets put into a pool. It gets divided by how many shares are in existence, right? And then depending on how many shares you have, that's how much an extra bonus you get. So now you're getting paid on business in Taiwan, whether you have business in Taiwan or not. You get paid on business in Hong Kong, whether you have people in Hong Kong or not, Malaysia, Singapore, soon the Philippines, right? Mexico, the United States, Canada, Korea, everywhere. So for me, again, it's huge, right? Then we have something called leadership check match. And leadership check match is very, very significant because it ensures that as you move up, you're going to continue supporting the other leaders as they're building their business. So what check match is once you become a team leader, you're going to earn bonuses based on the generationals of team leader, okay? So what does that mean? When you're a team leader, right? They're going to look through your tree to find the first team leader, that's your generation 1, and however much money they make, they're going to match 40% of their commissions to your commissions. Now, why is this valuable? Because in my business, I have 2 people that are so amazing. They're so incredible, right? Some of the best leaders I've ever met in the industry. And guess what? They're actually higher positions than me, right? One is Susan Manuelo. She's a senior director, right? I brought in somebody that brought her in, and she became a senior director. Now, in a normal situation, it'll be very easy for people like, oh, jealous, envious, like she hit a higher position, she's making more money than me, right? She's supposed to be under me, I'm not, whatever. In our company, our culture doesn't allow that. Why? In fact, I'm encouraging Susan. I want Susan to make as much money as possible because Susan, as senior director, her monthly commissions, they match 40% of that to my check. Now, Susan brought in another leader, phenomenal. Her name is Brianna Michaels, also a senior director, top senior director in the U.S. in our company. She makes more money than Susan. But here's what's exciting. She's my level 2, right? So every month, whatever commission she makes, they match 20% of her commissions to my check. but she's Susan's level one. 40%, they match 40% of her check to Susan's check. So again, why is this great? So I'm gonna share with you a cheat code. You see, in the beginning, I was just like, man, I don't know if I can do this. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to and what I know. And I remember Tim and Chris sat me down. They goes, Julian, if you don't know if you can do this, that means you have a certain expectation, a certain idea of what it takes. Is that fair? I go, that is fair. He goes, well, if you know that, let me ask you this. Do you know people that would be good at this? Do you know people that would be better at you than this? That have the talents and abilities, that are into skincare, that are better at sales? I go, yeah. He goes, imagine introducing them to the business, even though they're better than you, as they take off, you still get rewarded from that. So you don't even have to be great. Just get people that are better than you. And I said, I can do that. I know a lot of people better than me, right? And so that's how the business grew, right? Which is great, okay? And you get all the way up to multiple generations. This is our convention in Vegas, which is huge. Our next one's going to be in September. It's what we call our family reunion. People from all around the world get together. You get trained, you get recognized. And so what's really great about this is that some of you are on the call who are seeing this for the first time. Our next convention in September, many of you are going to be walking the stage. Imagine, making a decision today, something that, you're excited about, you're nervous about, but something inside of you is telling you, I need to do this. I need to get started. I need to change. I need something different. Take that risk. Go for it. And in September, you walk the stage in front of 3, 4, 5,000 people, meeting the owners, getting a pin and recognized for all your hard work. And for me, I think this part is what's really, really special. And why is it special? How many fathers, mothers, husbands, and wives go out there, work hard every single day to provide for their family, to make a difference, to go after their goals and dreams, but they never get recognized for it. And they just fall into the routine. Here we celebrate you. Here we recognize you, right? And again, everything here is earned, which is great. There's no politics. There's no favoritism. There's no sexism. There's no racism, right? Boom. It's all black and white. You meet the requirement, you get promoted. And that's what's great about it, right? And you know what's also great about it is we have so many people having success from so many different backgrounds. So a couple things I want to talk about as we wrap this up. To get started, it's $20 to become a planner, but we do recommend you get some starter kits. And the reason why we recommend you to have some products, so think about it, if you're going to open up a skincare business, what should you have? Skincare, right? If you open a gas station, what should you have? Gas, right? Because again, experiencing the products and letting the products do the work is way more effective than a brochure, than a presentation. So if you haven't experienced the product yet, experience the products right away, because that's going to blow you away, right? Make sure you wear 2 socks because one of them is going to get knocked off, right? And again, the products is the superstar. So what I recommend is you want to have products to use yourself. So you can be a testimonial product of the product. You want to have products that you can use to demonstrate, because you don't want to demo from your own products. So that's going to run out faster. And you want to have some products available to give it to people right then and there. Because some people, right, maybe their first purchase, they want to buy it directly from you before they buy it online. Fair deal. Everybody that has bought from someone directly, right, has upgraded and bought online on the second purchase, which is great, right? But not only that, but as you build your team, right, when you order the product, it takes about a couple of days to get. What I personally do in my team is I have extra products. So when I personally sign somebody up, instead of having them wait several days to experience the products and create their before and after pictures, a testimonial, I front them products up front. So that way they can start building their story. They can start building their confidence. They can start getting their results. So by the time their product comes, they just reimburse me the products I gave them, and they already had a head start, right? Because guess what? If you wait a week to get started, right, your people are going to wait a week to get started, and you're going to have a team of weak people. And you don't want to have a team of weak people, right? Because people are going to do what you do. So we have different starter kits in place, right? We have the starter kit premium, right? We have the starter kit plus. Well, we have 2 versions of starter kit premium. I'll tell you the difference. Then we have the starter kit plus. Then we have the starter kit EX line. Then we have the experience kit starter kits as well. One of the things you'll notice between the starter kit premium 1 and 2, the only difference is the free products you get, right? 1, you get the travel size kit. Comes in this nice pouch. It's like really nice. It's almost like Chanel and North Face made a collab, right? It's like a puffer jacket type material. Super cool. I love taking it with me everywhere. You get miniature size versions of the products, which you can simply refill. And what's great is that the package design of the products, you can literally put in your backpack. You don't have to put it in a check bag. You can take it on your carry-on, travel anywhere around the world. You're good to go, right? Now on the starter kit premium 1, the difference is the free kits, you get the experience kits, right? But other than that, you get all the products from all the major from most of the lines. You get double and triple the flagship products, which is great. So you have enough to use, enough to demo, and more importantly, enough to give to front people who get started and also sell right then and there on the spot. Okay. Now the other thing I want to mention earlier, I mentioned a manager, right? To become a manager, you just got to do 3,000 in sales points, or to become a senior manager, you got to do 6,000 in sales points. What some people do, they often ask me, and before I used to not really talk about this, and then some people got upset at me for it. They're like, if I would have known that was available, I would do it. So I'm just sharing it for those of you that might be interested in it. For those of you that are like, I want to make as much money as fast as possible. How do I get set up in the best way possible? This is how you do it. Okay. Now, if you get four of the starter kit premiums, that's 6,000 SP. So you'll start as a senior manager. So you already will start at 30% retail commission from day one, right? Which is great. And the differential pay will be a bigger gap for you, which means as you build your team, you'll make more money up front too. Okay. Now, if you only get two of the starter kit premiums, that's 3,000 SP. So you'll start as a manager. So you'll start at the 20% retail versus 10%. And so those packages are really great for people that want to hit the ground running, right? They want to maximize their opportunity. They don't want to leave any money on the table. And they're like, hey, you know what? Starting at 20% retail commission is better than 10. Starting at 30 is better than 10. That's where I want to get started at. So that's what people do. So talk to the person that invited you. If that's what you're interested in and you want the fast track, they'll set you up that way. Then we have the starter kit plus, right? The starter kit plus, right? A little bit less products, but you get all the major products, double the flagship products. You get a bunch of free products, and you get experience kits, which are really great to demo and to give us gifts and to give us trials, right? Then you have the starter kit EX line. The way I look at that, that's more like for customers because that's the whole regiment. And again, that alone blows me away. 335 for the whole regiment. That's the double cleanser, right? That's the calming gel, 24 karat gold, soothes and calms the skin. Really great for aftershave, by the way, and really great if you get bug bites, if you get mosquito bites where you're at. You put the calming gel on it, goes away. Irritation goes away. Redness goes away. Love it, right? Gold is one of the strongest minerals. Pone minerals is in that ingredient, right? You get the booster, the serum, the booster, you get the moisturizer, right? You get the sunscreen. Amazing products. You get all that, the whole regimen, okay? The whole ritual for 335. Now, as I say this, I know a lot of the ladies on the call who are here for the first time who are used to Abagier, who are used to La Mer. You're like, wait, what? 335 for a whole regiment? La Mer moisturizer is like $400. Abagier, right? Their cleanser is $100. You're saying I can get all that that's more effective, right? And better ingredients and it's more affordable. Absolutely. That's why so many people are experiencing the RIMAN difference, right? And the best part about our products too, 30-day money back guarantee, right? You use our products, you don't like it, you can return it, get your money back. And that's what I love about it because again, we put our money where our mouth is and we give the confidence to our customers, which is great. Then you have the experience kits, starter kits, and again, what that is for those of you that want to have extra products to just go out there and demo and sample out to people. Those are really great as well. Okay. We also have the Canadian version, right? Same products, just conversion. Couple of promotions just to talk about. We'll wrap it up, right? Unlock your unit level promotion, right? So this is something that was unlocked June 1st. So we're super excited about. It applies to everyone. You can earn up to an extra $1,000 simply by unlocking up to 6 levels of the unit level compensation plan. So talk to the person who invited you to break down that bonus for you. Qualification dates June 1st to June 30th, 11:59 p.m., right? And again, everybody is eligible for this promotion. As long as for new enroll between June 1st, June 30th, or existing planners, so literally everybody, which is great, right? So how to qualify? So you unlock 2 levels. Tier 1, you personally sponsor 3 people, right? New or existing planners, and you unlock 2 levels of unit level commission. You earn an extra $100. Tier 2, 3 personally sponsored people, 4 levels of unit level commission. You earn an extra $300. And again, same thing, but with 6 levels of unit level commission, you're an extra $1,000. So it's something that we're supposed to be doing anyways, which I love. Okay. So unlock your unit level, unlock your potential. You have no idea how much of a game changer this is, right? You're getting started at the right time, at the right place, which is really great. And so there's more ways for us to win, okay? So talk to the person that enrolled you. They'll go over all this. And so again, RIMAN 2025, what's the plan? Right? These are all the countries that we already opened up in, right? Mexico was just launched. Malaysia, Singapore just launched. Philippines is coming. It's coming. It's coming. We're super excited. I'm actually flying out to the Philippines next month, probably towards the end of the month to coordinate with the announcements and the launch. We're super excited about. So if you know being out there and you're part of Team 1%, let me know. I'll support you. I'll meet with them. We're also launching Japan as well and a lot of exciting things for 2026. And our goal is 50 different countries in the next 5 years. And you might say, well, Julian, I don't know anybody in another country. I didn't either. I only personally enrolled probably like 8 to 10 people. And now I have over 8,000 people all around the world that are now my friends, built really solid relationships with. That's all it takes. 6 degrees of separation. You know somebody who knows somebody over there. And I promise you, whoever you know has a face. Now, you might know some people that have two faces, but I'm pretty sure they want to keep at least one of them looking nice. So, help them out with that, right? So just to wrap it all up, at the end of the presentation, there's usually three types of people. You're either A, B, or C. We just keep this super simple. And the reason why we keep this super simple is because nobody here is a really trained sales expert. We don't want to make it all salesy and weird, right? So if you're C, C means, unless you're Spanish, okay? If you come from the Spanish team, C means yes. That's a little bit different. C as in like the letter C here. C means you guys are crazy. I don't see myself doing this. See you later. If that's you, at least become a customer, right? Just become a customer. Use our products for 30 days. And I promise you, it won't even take you 30 days. But once you experience the difference, you're going to be like, I get it. I see it. And you're going to become a planner. Now, if you're a B, B means I want to do it, but what about this? What about that? It means you have a lot of questions. If you have a lot of questions, make sure you get them answered, right? Talk to the person who invited you, or or have them get you on the phone with an upline expert and get all your questions answered so you can make a clear decision whether you want to do this or not. Because the last thing you want to do is to miss out. To say, I saw it and I didn't do it, and the people that were involved all of a sudden have results. Because I have people, when I first got Si se puede, right? You can do it, right? I remember when I got started, I had people laugh at me. They're like, Julian, you're doing skincare, Korean skincare. It's not even American skincare. You come from a boxing background, fitness background, and they laughed. And they're like, Julian, there's nothing masculine about skincare. You're a guy, right? It's so feminine. Skincare, you're a guy. And you know what I say to them now? I'm like, you know what's masculine? Being able to take care of my wife, being able to get her a 3 carat, diamond ring to propose to her. You know what's masculine, right? Being able to give her a wedding for her and her family that she wanted. You know what's masculine? For her birthday, I bought her a dream car, Porsche. You know what's masculine? Before me, she never even traveled outside the country. And thanks to her love, support, and building the business, we went to 7 different countries last 6 months, right? And I know that sounds kind of petty, but it was petty when they said that to me. And that's kind of my mentality now because again, we get so caught up in terms and labels and how things look and what people think. At the end of the day, the only person that you should impress is the future you. That at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you want to be able to look back at your life and be proud and impressed with what you created for yourself. And more importantly, right, you want to be able to take care of the people you love. And when I say take care of the people you love, here's what I mean. It's not just buying them things, right? And I know I talked about money, I talked about different things, but it's not about money because at the end of the day, I think what people want the most, your loved ones want the most, is quality time from you. There's no shortage of money, but there is a shortage of time. And so why not work hard at something, right? Because we're going to work hard anyways. Why not work hard at something and give you the time freedom so you can spend your life with the people you care about? I don't know, I'm a Christian, right? I don't know, I have my own beliefs about what's going to happen after you die, but that's where faith comes in. But do I really know? No, I have faith, but I don't really know. As far as I know, right? Because everything else after that is above my pay grade. But as far as I know, we only have one life to live. If we only have one life to live, I'm pretty sure we don't want to spend it, right? Living paycheck to paycheck, going from bill to bill, and barely, becoming a roommate with our significant other because we're so busy at work and not being there with our kids, and then watching them grow up and being like, man, where'd the time go by? Right? At least that's my story. And so I share that with you because if any of that resonates, you're probably an A. A means action. A means like application. A means like I was ready to get started. And if that's you, welcome to the team. If you're a B, you have questions, let's get it answered. Because I know once we do, you're going to join the team. If you're a C, hey, become a customer. Because I know once you become a customer, you're going to be sold out. So with that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this call. Thank you so much for listening to me rant for the last hour. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And whether you realize it or not,
You.
big things are about to happen. So take care, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'll see you again
You
soon.
too. Thank you.